Hey, what's up, guys? This is RC, and who knew that I'd be doing this, but I'm doing this. Look, Iowa fans, give me a second, okay? Let me talk about South Carolina really quickly. I'm gonna take my time, but it's not gonna be a long video. So we know South Carolina, truly loaded team. A lot of 5-star recruits, 4-star recruits. When they hit the portal, Dawn is strategic in her approach. Such her bringing in a talented Tahina Pau. She fixed the problem, addressing shooters. She knows all the right buttons to push on this team. She's a supreme motivator. And I got to give her credit because when South Carolina took that L to us last season in the Final Four, Dawn set out to make this team better, and she did that. And she truly is a great coach. Now, look, Iowa fans, I just need y'all to hear me out because a lot of y'all got respect for Dawn Staley. But some feel like Dawn Staley is not the truth when she's the absolute truth. She's a classy, upstanding individual. Whether you love her or hate her, she's a supreme motivator, masterful recruiter, knows what buttons to hit, loves her players, but will coach hard when she needs to. And you don't see too many great coaches like Dawn Staley. Not anymore. And I congratulate her for not only getting her team back to the championship level and land, because it's hard to get back to the mountaintop. Not only does she get back to the mountaintop, she wins with grace. And I'm talking about South Carolina once again because watching them play is what I wish that my team would be more like. In terms of getting the recruits, whether it's Iowa or UCLA, I would love to see us recruit better, get players bigger, stronger, faster. But if not, recruit players with heart. And Tahina has heart, even though she's a transfer. But Bree Hall has heart. Tons of it. Tessa Johnson, tons of heart. And just a truly competitive player. Tessa Johnson's probably my favorite Gamecock. Then you look at Chloe Kitts. Sometimes she's up and down, a little inconsistent. But, man, is she loaded with potential. And they were just too much for us to handle. You know, they truly were. They were too much for the country to handle. And I gotta give them credit, you know. So I don't know how you guys feel personally about South Carolina. And we know that we definitely wanted to beat them, but you can't have everything that you would like. And if we are going to ever win a title, Hawkeyes fans, we're going to have to recruit so much better. And that's just the bottom line. And we have some really nice recruits coming this year, 2024. 2025, we got a fabulous class coming in, it looks like. But if you're a team that wants to keep up with a South Carolina, you're going to have to do it organically. And I'm just impressed, you know. I can't speak for everybody else. And as great as it was to beat them last year, we don't have any reason to be upset, guys. With LSU, I was very upset. You know, nothing personal against Angel Reese. I didn't like what she did to Caitlin because I'm a Hawkeyes fan. It has nothing to do with anything personal against Angel Reese. But as I look at the broad scope of things, South Carolina is built for the future to win multiple titles. So if you don't like South Carolina, you're going to have a tough time. And I'm not a South Carolina fan, but guess what? I love great basketball, and Carolina plays the game the right way. They move the rock. They find an open person. You can't stop everybody. And when you're a team like we were, that has tons of really good players, tight-knit group, hard-working players, but you got one superstar, phenomenal superstar in Caitlin Clark. When somebody attempts to shut her down or lock her up, then things get tough. But South Carolina, they got so many options. They had it all season long. And I've been saying that in the rare moments when I would talk South Carolina on this channel, they have so many options. Defensively, offensively, Raven Johnson didn't even have a good shooting game, and it didn't matter. She came, she brought her defense, she brought a hard hat and her lunch pail, and she worked Caitlin really hard. And I give them credit, because one thing you notice in today's game from some fans, it's hard to give credit to the opposing team. They beat us. They just flat and square, simple and plain, they defeated us. And I can't sit here and tell you guys anything different, because they went out there, revenge might have played part of it, but it was a championship on the line, and Don Staley would accept nothing less than a championship. And if it's nothing else I know, Don Staley coaches her players to share the ball. And when you see that type of unselfishness, it's just something to truly marvel at. And I plan to talk more about how I think teams should be more unselfish. Because you can't, realistically, the odds are against you if you think you're going to one-way player your way to a championship. The odds are stacked against you. And so knowing that the best thing that you can do is try to get as many star players and players that fill roles successfully for you as possible. You know, look at it. South Carolina, everybody's got a wonderful role. You know, you got knockdown shooters, you got defenders, you had Cardoso, who was big in the paint. You know, you got players with potential, players that aren't scared of the moment, Tessa Johnson. You got Fagan that stepped up, you know? So, yeah, hats off to South Carolina. You guys are amazing. Don, you're truly amazing. You're so great for the game, Don Staley. And for the final time, guys, look, South Carolina, you guys finally went back to the mountaintop again. They truly set precedent, truly are the gold standard. My favorite player ever, Asia Wilson, went to South Carolina. Aaliyah Boston, I'm very fond of her. She's a South Carolina player. So they got a great lineage of players, and it shall continue. With that being said, guys, RC is out. Go Hawkeyes. Hopefully one day we find ourselves on a mountaintop. I'm out.